All right, today we're going to talk about the area and circumference of circles, and my central question is, how can I find the area and circumference of a circle? One thing that you might be unfamiliar with, I'm hoping we know what area is, the amount of two-dimensional land that is covered by a two-dimensional object. In this case would be a circle. The one term that you might be confused and forget is the term of circumference. That is defined as the distance around a circle. This is similar to perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around a two-dimensional object that is, has all flat sides. This one has just no sides, it's just a circle, so but it's the circumference, right? The distance around it. So if I draw a circle in here, it's not that bad. This point right there is the exact center of the circle. It's the center because the distance from this point to any outer part is the exact same, okay? And that distance is the radius. The distance all the way through the center and to the other side is known as the diameter. All right, so I have to be able to use both of these for vocabulary. So using this information about radius and diameter of a circle, there's two formulas. The circumference of a circle and then the area of the circle, okay? So for circumference, it's C equals pi times D. So pi, that irrational number times the diameter. And then for area, the area equals pi times the radius squared, raised to the second power. Over here, we definitely got to make sure we use order of operations correctly. Okay, so let's do an example here. I'm going to give you a circle. That one not as good as the last one. All right, let's say that information is 6 centimeters. So our diameter here, our radius here is 6 centimeters. So let's start off with find the circumference first. So circumference is pi times D. All right. So I'm going to plug in the diameter. Well, they don't give me the diameter, they give me the radius. So the diameter is double the radius. So we'll just turn this to circumference equals pi times 12, because twice 6 is 12. Now, important part here. We are going to use the pi button for right now. Okay, that's going to change as we move on in our lessons, but right now we're going to use the pi button. Okay, so don't use 3.14, it's not as accurate. We're going to use the pi button, it's more accurate. So if I go pi times 12, I'm going to have to round because I'm multiplying 12 by an irrational number. An irrational number is a number that does not end, so it's going to go on forever. So my decimal would go on forever. We don't want to do that, so we're just going to round our circumference to 37.7 centimeters. As I went 12 times pi on the calculator. Okay? Then we're going to use this information to find the area. Area, again, is pi times the radius squared. So we're going area equals pi times 6 squared. We're going to leave it as 6 this time. So I have to go 6 squared, which is 36, and then I multiply 36 by the pi button on my calculator. So my area is about 113.1 centimeters squared. All right. Problem 2. Pretty straightforward, but we may have to work backwards a little bit. So let's say the area of a circle is 184 feet squared. And we want to find what the circumference of that circle is. Okay, so we're going to take this information, we're going to plug it into our area formula. But now this time we need to find the radius, since they give us the A. We have area and radius, that's two different variables within our formula. They give us the A this time, unlike last problem. So when I plug it in, it's going to be 184 equals pi times the radius squared. Like always, I want to get the variable by itself. So I need to divide by the coefficient, which in this example is just pi. When I divide by pi on both sides, I'm left with about 58.57 equals our radius squared. So now to get r by itself, we need to take the square root. So let's take the square root of that and take the square root of that. When I do that, the radius is about 7.65. But we want to find the circumference. Circumference is pi times diameter. I need to go pi times the diameter, and they're only giving me the radius. So I need to multiply that by 2 to get the diameter, which is about 15.3. So I'm going pi times 15.3. And when I multiply those, 15.3 times the pi button in my calculator, I get circumference is about 48.07 feet. All right, working backwards all the way. All right, that's all I have. This is kind of review stuff. If you got questions, let me know.